Today is Sunday, October the 26th of 2025. It's a little bit after noon. Crazy Bee and I have been working since early this morning so that we could teleport into the future as usual. And we're continuing this series of illegal immigration, part 9. Can you imagine that we have 9 parts, 2 hours, 18 hours told already into just in pre-records?
I can believe it.
Crazy Bee?
Uh-oh. Hold on.
And why
Can
can't
you
I
hear me
hear you?
now? Can you hear me now? Okay. One second. There, can you hear me?
No, I can.
Okay, I was trying to do something with it in studio mode and it didn't go well. So,
We'll start over.
no, I can edit
No,
that
start
part out
over.
and just pick
No,
up
just
with,
no. I didn't like it.
okay.
Yeah, I didn't like it anyway.
Alrighty.
Okay, ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Sunday, October 26th, 2025. A little bit after 12 noon. Crazy Bee and I have been working. I don't know if you want to call hard. Yeah, we've been working hard. Smart, I'm not so sure about because nothing has worked out on that I have done today. Um, and so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm somewhat better than I have been, but kind of still sick all weekend and just laying around. So we're going to cover illegal immigration part 9. This is pre-recorded for us to
Yes.
teleport into the future. So we're not quite sure when you'll see this drop. Hopefully sooner than later, but we shall see how things go. Uh, we've been dropping these videos on Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I almost said Central Time. That must
No,
mean.
that would have put them off by an hour and they would have
Oh,
been there a little late.
oh yeah, a little late, right. I'm thinking maybe that's because I gotta. We're talking about moving to warm weather. That's why. Eric's already complaining about it being too cold. So, and we're not even in the beginning of November. We got a long way to go.
Oh yeah, you guys do.
A long way. We got November, December, January, February. We got 5 months of this crap. Potentially 6 going into April. There's I'm getting tired of it, to be quite frank. I'm tired of the snow.
I can't say I blame you.
I just don't want to move to like Tornado Alley, Flood Prone Alley, Hurricane Alley. What else?
Um
Sinkhole
Good
Alley.
luck.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Right. Mm-hmm.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Oh no, it does get the hurricane once in a blue moon. Some of the
Well,
bad storms do hit down there.
I.
There's nowhere on this planet you can go where there's perfect weather all the time.
Yeah, that sucks. So, what's going on your end other than us
Unfortunately.
freaking out today?
Oh, not too much. Not too much. Pretty much just my typical day, fussing with people to get things done,
Mm-hmm.
and my cords getting tangled up into a pile,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes a big old mess when I'm trying to reach them. Because
yeah, there is a place to go for 75 all year round.
no storms, no hurricanes, no tornadoes, no snow.
Where's this?
Where?
Right there, a little bit above in California.
Nope, they get hurricane. They get weather from. They get a lot of rain.
Plus, they have
They
all
do
those
get
Well,
a lot,
ain't rain better
liberals.
than a storm?
and
Plus,
then she'd have to deal with all the liberals.
yeah, pass.
Should be
We'll
okay.
pass on that. I'll I'll freeze in hell first before I go to California.
Where does this cord go to?
I
Oh
don't
my
know. I cannot see. I can't
lord!
help you.
I'm sorry.
But but hopefully
I
everybody
just
will.
found a random 4-foot long USB cord on my bed.
I don't want to know where it came out of.
Yeah. No, it was alongside me. I
Uh,
got tangled under my blanket, and I was pulling it out from under the blanket alongside me, and it's like, where did this come from?
uh-huh.
So,
That's why.
okay.
That's why I said I don't want to know where it came from. Um,
Uh,
but hopefully everybody notices our new thumbnail, which is just uh this is a whole little work in progress. We're just playing around with things. We're gonna eventually in the future have moving avatars and all that kind of happy stuff, but as Crazy Bee likes to say, one day at a time. So
it's all we can do.
exactly, it's just her and I that are handling everything, and it's one day at a time because we can't
Yep.
possibly do everything that we need to do in one day, can we?
Especially with all the tech issues we've been having. It's
Uh huh.
like, what?
Yeah, very
Why today?
right. When we've never had that issue, and then well,
It didn't give us grief yesterday, but now it's giving us grief today. It worked perfectly fine yesterday. But
right.
today it's like, screw you. And it's like, well, we're going to work around this one way or another.
Yep. So we're back to the beginning. All right. So without further ado, excuse me, I have the hiccups. What do you have for us today, Crazy Bee?
Um, I believe this is a Cash Jordan video that
Okay.
we have not covered.
Okay.
Um, be patient with me.
Oh, I know.
I'm
I know this one all too well. We're in Chicago.
okay.
We're in Chicago.
Yep, Chicago loves to be
Chicago.
Chicago.
Uh huh.
So
I think
let's take.
Chicago's probably for crime. I don't know. I think they're probably worse than New York City and L.A. I mean, at least they make the headlines every day almost. They have
Oh yeah.
all those shootings on the weekend, random. You know, it's usually a
Well, there
hundred.
was gang violence before there was immigration violence.
Right. Right.
The illegals and this protesting of ICE. Before this, there was violence, and of course, then they start downgrading it. And oh, they've even there was a meme I saw last night on Five Mind, which, by the way, join
Mm.
Five Mind as soon as possible.
Yes.
That is an epic website. But for a while, they were trying to change the race of the people they were arresting.
Yes, they were.
And that was put back up for people to remember.
Hmm.
It's absolutely mind blowing, the BS that they've done.
Uh, I worked in the police department producing crime stats for a large major city, and I know exactly what can and cannot be done.
Uh huh.
Uh huh. Yeah. So, and how far did they take it? How many things didn't get perhaps even submitted? I mean, we did a story a while back where, what was it? Was it half the police departments? It was a large number of police departments had failed to even send in the crime stats to the FBI. And it used to
Well,
be,
we were just watching this. We covered it during the live with that Jeannie Piero, how
yes,
she had
Jeannie
said that
Pirro, yes,
65% wasn't even put through
right, of
in
people
Washington, D.C.
just in Washington, 65% of the people arrested that committed crimes were not being prosecuted.
And that's why their crime stats are low.
Correct.
And it's even worse in other areas. And that means our politicians and our police departments and stuff are full of shit. No wonder why nobody trusts them.
No, you
It's
have
really irritating. It
yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
your chief of police and the assistants are typically political appointees, so they're gonna go with whatever their political, affiliate is. So it's always like I've been saying on all this, a lot of this. that we've been seeing, the changes that have been made, for example, and this swerves off the path a little, but it is relevant to police. That would be the War Department, right? With what Pete
Uh-huh.
Hegseth has done, all these changes that he's made, all the money that's been invested, all the staff, everything, you name it, from top to bottom. In 2028, if a Democrat gets in, all he has to do is wave his wand, or his auto pen, I should say, and poof, it goes
All
back to
undone.
the Biden era, or poof, it goes back to something totally different. We have no level of consistency in this country. And that's where a China, a Russia, Iran, those countries, yes, they're under a dictatorship. Uh, However, their military and some other services that they provide have that consistency. And I think that's where they outmaneuver us, and they can play the long game where we're always on the short game, because we're always moving and grooving every 4 years, and it's even quicker than 4 years. You know what I mean? We got the
Oh
midterms.
yeah.
The midterms come up in two. Then it's the presidential election, midterms. It just is nonstop, in your face, constant. And where do you ever see a level of consistency across the board? They're not for Congress, either when it was the Dems had control of the House and the Senate, and now the Republicans have now had it twice under both terms of Trump, right? And
Uh-huh.
nobody can produce anything.
Of course not.
Nobody can make the changes that are required. Why? Why is that?
Because it's too easy to just do it.
Or they don't want to do it. How about that? I'm getting to that point where they want to keep it this way. And in fact, I have a video for later that talks about how this is all part of the plan of how socialism comes into being, is where it starts with these riots, this uncivil rest, these homicides that we've seen, especially the attempts on Trump's life, with Charlie Kirk's situation, others, and then you start to get the people behind you, and slowly but surely, socialism or communism, Marxism works its way in. So, is that what we're seeing here? Are we seeing the
Fundamentally.
Yeah? Are we seeing the start of something come to the country that we're not prepared for? With the with Zofran, as I like to call him, Zohran
Yeah, that's
Mondami.
basically what they're doing is they're trying to install a bunch of Marxist communists into position like what they did to Russia
Hmm.
and China, and it takes over. It's what's happening in Europe. The entire world's going to go through a communist dystopia before it'll get better. That's the only way this is going to stop.
And how long do you
Is
think
once
that
all of the
takes?
world suffers through it.
Suffer is right. I don't want to have Crazy B. I don't want to go through that. Do we really have to? We know better. Isn't there a way to stop it?
We'd have to make sure everybody had the same level of intelligence and at least a base level of 110 IQ, maybe a little higher, and make sure they weren't taught that socialism is a good thing, even though it's not, because, again, and have this, there is no way really to stop it. We are just going to have to bear through this like all the other major changes the planet has gone through. We're just going to have to survive somehow. I don't think there's a way to stop it. We can warn people all we want. That's our
E-
best bet to try, is
Exactly. And
warning
that's what we're trying to do, is make the attempt. And
and how to
with
survive it if it does
right,
happen.
correct. And with, uh, the influx with what Biden let happen with bringing in, we have to pause 1 second. Eric, Eric, I'm recording. Could you please let the dog out? Jesus. Oh my God. Help me, please. Because, all right, I'm back. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Okay, so, uh, with Biden permitting or allowing, he didn't permit them, he allowed them, he encouraged them. In fact, he gave them an app and everything. He told them on his presidential campaign, come one, come all, we'll take everybody. Send us your criminals, your insane, your pregnant people, your whatever. Send them all, your children, your murderers, your whatever. We'll take them. And so estimates range as high as 30 million illegal aliens are living in the country. All
Mhm.
told, from all administrations, all told, are under that, encompass that umbrella. So some have been here for, perhaps came here when they were 2 and are now, in their 50s or whatever. So
Mhm.
how do we send them all back too?
I mean,
I
if
know,
their parents did it
I
wrong, they need to get it straightened out. Give them a time frame to get it straightened out since their
right.
parents fucked up.
Hmm.
But if it was they chose to come over and do all they came over and they knew their parents were lying or something, get them out.
Yes,
Or if they came over and lied, get them
yep.
out.
It has to be. We need to wipe the slate clean. Make sure that if you're listening to this well, you'll probably hear this video after Tuesday, which is what date? The 28th.
Hmm.
Yes? Okay, so
Yes.
on
Oh, no,
Tuesday
Tuesday is the 29th.
the 29th.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm all messed up then. All right, so on Tuesday the 29th, uh, you're going to hear me do my usual tirade of illegals, but it's going to go off the chain when I provide you with additional information that I didn't even know was happening. And
Hmm.
this now escalates illegal immigration to a whole nother level. And if you don't think I'm going to now write talking bullet points that I'm probably going to reiterate every day till November of 2028, every day, over and over and over again, that's what I'm going to do because this message has got to get out. Now, we know that the government shutdown is still going on as of today. We don't know where we'll be when you get to watch this video. It is occurring because the Republicans are holding the stand
Do you want egg?
that they will not give up health care to illegal aliens. And that's what the Democrats are holding out for, despite them saying the Republicans are holding the American people hostage due to the Obamacare tax credits. So we're not sure where that'll be. Uh, I, for one, am hoping that they make it to day 71. But the SNAP programs, which we'll be covering on Tuesday as well, they'll be ending November 1st. So now I think the pressure is really going to be on. And the Dems, they're pushing that this is Trump's fault, that this is his responsibility. Now,
Hmm.
if this passes, we're just, you know what I mean? I don't know what to do if it passes. I really don't. I don't know if we'll talk about it on Tuesday, but tune in. That's your prelude.
I think the biggest problem with our welfare system and our social programs is there's no incentive to do better.
True. Well, they do want to tie into which you'll see. I have the information for Tuesday. Once the new program rolls out November 1st, you have to work a minimum or be in some type of training for up to 80 hours per month in order to keep your benefits. So if you don't meet that, then your SNAP benefits will go away. But tune in to Tuesday, October the 29th. Even if you've heard this sometime in November, you can go back and listen to everything that we covered on that day, because we will be covering a portion of the new crimes that illegal aliens are committing that are in the millions of dollars that I never in my wildest dreams thought would happen, but it is. And then we'll talk about the SNAP benefits as well. But we're this situation, Crazy B and I have talked. Illegal immigration is not going to go away. We're never going to just end
Oh,
it.
you want it?
Uh, and so we'll either do them as pre-records or we'll bring them on live, or we have some other ideas of where we could play this information. But it is information that must get out and people must get educated. I do not begrudge anybody wanting a better life to come to this country. All we're suggesting is do it the legal way. If you
Amen.
deserve to be here, then, truly seeking asylum, then so be it. You come through the ports of entry. If you paid a coyote, $25,000 to bring you along, and then you're still indentured to them via your bracelet that you're wearing, why couldn't you just pay that to an attorney to get you through to the United States? I don't understand that whole process there, Crazy B. Maybe that's something we could maybe briefly take a look at. I don't know how much you know
Oh,
about.
I'm sure most of them don't qualify for asylum, and a good chunk have criminal records.
There you go. Well, that
It's
would be
going to take a hell of a lot longer.
right. And so if you want to come over legal, it takes how many years for a person to become an American citizen? We
That varies depending
right,
on the circumstance, but it can
right,
be as early as like 3 years to get your
right,
green card, or up to 7. And then after so many years on a green card, you get to become a citizen.
right. So that whole process could what take maybe up to what possibly 10 years.
Yeah.
So I could see why somebody perhaps wouldn't want to do that. Um, but it's
But
better
at
than
least if you do it that way, you're on American soil with your green card.
right,
You don't have to, it takes like 3 years for them to do the full background check and everything like that. They then let you come over. You're on a green card temp thing. Um, for as long as you behave for so long and you're productive, they will then go ahead and grant you're allowed to apply for citizenship, to be naturalized.
mm-hmm,
And once you're naturalized, they can't do jack shit.
right. So all right, let's get started then.
Alrighty, let's hit play.
Look at the live scene on your screen right now. Federal agents now have clashed with rioters outside that facility, that ICE facility near Chicago.
So, Chicago area rioters are throwing the kitchen sink at their local ICE headquarters. But sadly for these Antifa militants and their legions of Sanctuary City voters, these guys don't stand a chance against hardened troops. Nor does a local progressive mayor who thought he could stop ICE from deporting fugitives. But as ICE keeps the buses rolling, these rioters keep changing up their tactics.
So they were protesting peacefully earlier, and then they had to hit them with pepper balls. And now the federal agents are holding the line against the rioters.
If they're gonna treat people on the outside like this, how are they treating people on the inside? Is it even worse than this?
This is really what standing up for democracy looks like.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas
like
Mills says on
does.
top of requiring 75% of his department's manpower for crowd control.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I said like how it does. That's what democracy looks like.
No.
Okay. Every single one of those protesters and that guy that just said this is what democracy looks like, I want you to go into that facility and I want you to walk out holding hands with an illegal alien that you're going to take home. And you're going
That
to
ain't
be in
gonna
charge,
happen.
and you're going to be in charge of that person till they become a citizen.
And if
You're,
they commit a crime, you get charged too.
that's correct. You're going to house them, you're going to feed them, clothe them, see that they get the necessary education, help them go through the process of becoming a U.S. citizen. That's what democracy looks like. That's what charity at home looks like. That's charity. That's
Mm-hmm.
charity. What you're doing is rioting. Who in their right mind is throwing things at agents, putting their hands on them? What is going
I'm
on?
not sure.
This is out of control. And look, is that a child in the middle there? Or is that just a small
It might
woman?
be a really short person.
Okay. I hope it's not. I hope I got the hiccups still. I'm sorry. I hope it's not a child.
Oops. I don't think that is a child. I think it's just a short person.
Okay.
Crowd control outside of the ICE processing facility in the west suburban city. He was personally, verbally attacked by ICE agents during a protest.
September 19th, the Homeland Security spokesperson said in a statement, in part, rioters assaulted law enforcement. Police under J.B. Pritzker's sanctuary jurisdiction refused to answer multiple calls for assistance.
People are in danger. These agents are in danger just simply doing their job because of these, I want to say antics, but it's far more serious what these Democrat politicians are not only doing, but encouraging.
Move it right now, move it.
All right, so we're going to continue to walk a little bit further because...
So as legions of rioters throw themselves at ICE, local mayors are blaming ICE for that. And what nobody's talking about is we're now entering phase 2 of the war on law enforcement, and we're learning a lot about the tactics these sanctuary mayors and mobs are gonna be using. First, it's recently come out that the fencing used to defend the Chicago ICE headquarters and keep the hordes at bay has been deemed illegal by the local fire department. On top of that, local police are refusing to come to the aid of the...
Because the a appeals judge upheld that fencing to protect the people inside, not only the illegal aliens, but the officers, the clerks, whatever, that is illegal fencing. Could you? So now it's going to have to be opened back up that anybody can just storm into that building at any
No.
time.
No. Then all the
Please.
government buildings everywhere need to have no protection.
Please. What? Why? I don't understand. How could that be? The fire department comes in and says it's illegal to protect the men and women inside. Are you out of your ever-loving mind? That is politics driving safety.
Mm-hmm.
That's politics determining. That's the governor, that's the mayor, that's the chief of police ordering the fire department to do that, or the permitting office or somebody to say, you know what, this is illegal fencing, rather than say, you know what, we got rioters on our hands every single night throwing, Molotov cocktail bombs, or, whatever the hell they're throwing, bottles, anything. Did you see how
Mm-hmm.
open those facilities are?
Yep.
What's going to
It
protect them?
nothing. They don't want them protected.
Oh my, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, okay, so now at this point, now the judge ruled that the fencing has to come down. Doesn't the feds get to step in and have a say in this at this point? I mean,
They
at what?
should, but the problem is it won't. The feds, the Supreme Court, all of that is just nope. It's going to be a mess.
It is. It's going to take. Unfortunately, it's going to take a major event to occur before there's a wake up call. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
If not
Yep.
Chicago, it's going to be in LA or New York. It's going to take an event. It's going to take, unfortunately, lives to be lost in order for people to wake the hell up. This is
Mm-hmm.
this is sick. This is really sick. I watched a video with Pritzker on just the other day saying that there is no crime in Chicago. Crime is down. There is crime, but crime is down significantly. Yeah. What's this called? What are we witnessing? Are our eyes lying? Is this all an illusion? Are
I
we
have to say
just
about the
watching?
Gray
Are you
Ram
just
Court
watching a
TV.
movie?
So obviously,
Are we just watching a movie? A made-for-TV, a Hollywood movie that you're playing in the background that you and I are just commenting on? Is that what we're doing? Okay.
No, this is happening, but they want us to believe it's not happening.
And you're not seeing it on the mainstream media. You're not seeing it in the news. This stuff
Mm-hmm.
should be front and center every single evening on the news so you could see what is going on in your city. Because trust
Yeah.
me, this will be coming to you in some form or fashion if it isn't
If you live
already.
near an ICE facility, expect it.
Yep. All right,
It's
go.
really messed up.
It is very messed up. Go ahead.
All right.
Of the Broadview facility and make arrests. A tactic they're obviously imitating from the Portland, Oregon Police Department, who spent all summer making 0 arrests. And these political moves are all happening behind the scene while politicians and local leaders continue encouraging people to just stand up for what's right, which really means doing the wrong thing by being violent. Something many a budding mayor or lieutenant governor seem to think is a perfectly reasonable, justified idea. And when politicians show up and join these riots, it just makes the whole situation worse. It makes these violent insurrections.
There should be no politicians at any of these things.
No, and if you are, then you should be, uh,
Arrested and thrown in jail with everybody else.
yep. Yes, ma'am.
My personal opinion. I can't believe that these politicians think it's a good idea to get involved like this.
No, because who are that? To me, that's proof that they're not for their constituents. That they
Uh
are
huh.
standing up for illegal aliens. So it doesn't matter at this point whether you lean left or you lean right. Your politician doesn't give a shit about you. They care about the illegal
Yep.
who whose benefits, as my tyrant always goes on, discusses the benefits that they get over the American citizen, whether you're left, right, or in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's your politician out there. Uh huh. And this all
Promoting this
leads to
stupid
what?
shit.
Yep. And this all leads to what we talked about, which we're going to do a little something something on the isms of socialism, Marxism, communism, and any
Different forms of government that
exactly.
And I've got some really good pictures
Mm-hmm.
from the different types of governments out there that I use to, pass on to
Cool.
those who don't understand what that is.
Cool. So yeah, make sure you tune into that when just
We
look
get
in
to it.
the yeah when we get to it. Just look for it in our descriptions. Uh, that'll probably be a standalone that we do, but keep an eye out for it. If not, hit us up in the Discord and ask us where you might find it.
Hmm. Or in the comments of any of the videos, and
Correct.
we'll help you there as well.
Correct. So please don't forget while we have you here. Thank you for joining Rex Sisters, and please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. Our numbers are growing, but ever so slow. We are barely either scratching the surface, we're still stuck on the bottom of the pond and can't get up, gasping for air. So we need your help, please. We're getting some good numbers on on the reviews, on the people
On the
watching the
live
bit.
streams and stuff that we've put
Right,
up. Yeah.
right. So,
We're
but
getting
we're
there little by little.
right, but we need you to follow and subscribe.
It's looking good. We just need
Hold
a
on
lot
one sec,
more
Crazy
of the
V. Hold on,
likes and the
we got.
supports. Okay. Oh, we will get Dee back in a
Okay,
few
I'm back.
minutes.
Sorry about that. Take a
Okay.
live video, okay, Eric. All right, thank you. All right, sorry, they're going to visit the goats.
Ah.
Uh huh.
Alrighty. I'll hit play and we can continue watching people be morons
Okay.
and ruin our country. And let's see how much more I have to argue about and how much you
Okay.
have to input. This will be fun.
Insurrectionists think they've got state sponsorship and state backing, and let's face it, in a sanctuary that harbors fugitives, state sponsorship of this activity is a reality. Which brings us to the real reason: increased law enforcement with the backing of National Guard troops will likely be a reality. These riots, they're all taking place in areas of America that protect fugitives and defend criminals. Notice you don't see anything like this happening in the state of Florida, where they've got their alligator Alcatraz. Nope, nobody wants to touch that thing. Yet for some reason in Chicago, everybody from the lieutenant governor on down, and possibly even the governor, seem to be doing everything possible to altercate with ICE and increase tensions, revealing that the struggle for regime change in Chicago will take more than toppling of the main potentate. And if you want change to come to a sanctuary city, the whole place needs to be cleaned out, starting with the criminals.
Wave your f***ing weapon right at people, you f***ing toad!
Yeah, these thugs attacking ICE agents, they need to be arrested, they need to be locked up, and if they're found to be members of Antifa, well, they could be facing serious consequences.
There were weapons brought there, loaded handguns.
Well, then I want to
within
pause
feet
really
of Border Patrol agents.
fast on that about them facing consequences. First, we got to get the local PDs to do it.
Yeah, they won't. Did you hear? Zero
Longer about
arrests
the F.
over the summertime. Zero. They didn't make not one arrest the entire summer. How?
Mm-hmm.
How?
Because
Somebody.
evidently they're doing nothing wrong by stepping on federal territory, federal property.
Yeah. Somebody has a
Well, I mean,
lot of
technically,
explaining to do. A lot.
And throwing things at the ICE officers. That's
Yeah,
illegal.
that's correct. That's assault on a police officer.
Yet,
But
here we
it's not
are.
happening. Okay. I must need new glasses.
No, we don't need new glasses.
Okay.
This isn't from that one movie, Is It They Live or whatever, where he has the glasses from the 80s
Right.
and they're aliens overtaking the world type of thing. Good movie. I gotta find it. I think I have it somewhere. But this is just, it's got to stop. This is absolute. Okay. Yes, it's happening in one area of the city, but it's still impacting the residents who live in that area.
Right. And
It's
ultimately,
impacting
it
people who have
spreads
to
out.
walk through there to get to work.
Right. And ultimately, it spreads out. Businesses, okay, we witnessed in, I think, the previous video, or it's in somewhere, but we have it. 2 blocks away are the U-Haul trucks or Ryder trucks that are completely outfitted with signs, costumes, grills, charcoal grills, coolers, waters, hamburgers. So, I mean, batons, you name it. They pull up several blocks. So, in fact, I think at the one, weren't they just right around the corner from the
Yeah, it
facility?
was literally
Yeah,
right around the corner, about the same distance that the ICE had to go to get their stuff.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Another one that was over in Portland.
How is this possible?
Because the
And
local
so,
law enforcement allows it.
yeah, but somehow Antifa is such a loosely uh
Some
unmetered.
are better
Yeah,
organized. Some divisions are better organized than others.
right.
That's why they're trying to claim, oh, it's not technically an organization.
Uh-huh.
Some are well organized. They ambushed a frickin' ICE officer and shot him in the neck, and a few others got
Wait,
injured.
was that
Yeah,
what that?
correct.
I don't know if he died or not. I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
But it's happening.
It is.
Some are better organized than others.
And other facets will learn from those that are well organized. Training
Yes.
will occur, right? There will be training.
Mm-hmm. And then you get your anarchists who are just having so much fun training these people.
Uh-huh.
And the thing is again, Antifa basically becomes the anarchy group. And we need a degree of law. They want absolutely no government whatsoever. They want no borders, no boundaries, nothing. Everybody for themselves. And I can't do that one either. I can't support it. I agree we need some degree of government.
Yeah, because there's nothing stopping people from killing each other just for the fun of it.
That's right. I don't know if you were able to hear my son.
No.
He's for those who may not have heard, it's that we got to stop people from killing each other for the fun of it. It's not okay. I mean, there's got to be a degree of law. And these people, they say they're anti-fascist, but they don't even know what a fascist is.
Correct.
And it's pissing me off.
The only fascist in history is Mussolini.
Mussolini, yes, was the actual original fascist. Yes. And we are nothing like 1930s, 1940s Italy. So, yeah. Let me hit play because, by golly, I could go on forever about the history. And we're only 5 minutes into a 12-minute video.
Wow. Here we go again.
I know.
Agents.
They're armed. They're dangerous. They spew hatred and violence. And they want to be taken seriously. And they should be, because these are the people who are members of the political party of violence. They see violence as being perfectly justified against anyone they happen to disagree with about anything. A disgusting viewpoint that only puts the law-abiding in danger. While these radicals neglect the reality that the level of fugitives illegally in America attracted to Chicago and places like it just make our entire country less safe. But as you're about to see, these sanctuary leaders, they all say that it's ICE who's making things less safe.
I was shocked. I've never been spoken to by a fellow law enforcement officer in such a way.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas Mills says on top of requiring 75% of his department's manpower for crowd control outside of the ICE processing facility in the west suburban city, he was personally verbally attacked by ICE agents during a protest.
I had to stay calm and not engage in such unprofessional behavior.
Chief Mills says he was walking.
Wait, let me get the violin out. I can't do violin music. I'm not good
Yeah,
at that shit.
words hurt his feelings.
Oh, oh, the chief. Oh my gosh. He needs to go to retraining to toughen up his damn skin. Are you kidding me? Do you know what an average police officer, how they're berated every day? His feelings were
Uh-huh.
hurt because he was spoken to by an ICE officer. Oh, what they do? They go, "Oh, chief, oh, you're just so wonderful. It's just so great." And you know what I'll bet he'll say next? Because I don't. This video's it has been in our little archive thing for a while. I don't recall if he's going to say it was racist or not. I'll bet
Oh yeah, I
that'll be
wonder how
next.
much
Yeah.
of it's going to be
Uh-huh.
racial.
Yeah. Yeah. They said it to me because I'm a minority. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, give me a freaking break. You know that
Mhm.
really that's the best out of everything that's gone on. That's the best that you're going to go on television and say. The
They
ICE
said mean
officer
words.
verbally attacked me. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
How about he just spoke to me in a way that was disrespectful instead of attacked? They use the harsher word because it draws the emotions.
Well, not only that, but that out of everything that's gone on is what you're going to discuss on TV for your viewers. One for the television station to accept that as like a legit interview argument versus in reality what is really going on there, right? Why why the protesters are there?
The
What is
reason they accepted it is because if he talks about what the protesters are doing and why they're
uh-huh.
doing it,
There
he
you
becomes
go.
a sympathizer.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
And that is precisely why they went with this route
Yep,
instead of ever asking questions about reality.
there you go. Yep,
Mhm.
this is a shame. This, I
It
mean,
is.
uh, how this is acceptable to the mayor, the governor, the city council, the citizens of that city, of that state is beyond me. I mean, I really am at this point going, there really is something wrong with me because I'm missing something. I'm
No,
missing,
you're not.
I'm
You're
missing,
being gaslit.
yeah, I'm missing something somewhere. They're really, uh, the most of my friends lean left. Uh, I worked in a Democrat city. When I sit there and think that if I would have chosen one job over the other, I would still be there, right? And getting ready to retire from there.
Uh-huh.
I was a Democrat. Is that right? A Democrat in Republican clothes? No, Republican in Democrat clothing. Because I
Yes.
told you the story where I was a Republican and was ordered to switch parties. So would
Illegal to no end, but
yes. So would I have eventually espoused to become a Democrat? You know what I mean? Would I have leaned that way and had those thoughts or that process? That when I think about how the path that I could have taken or where I could have possibly ended up at, that
Mhm.
was a scary thought because I still have friends that work there and we battle. I mean, there are two of them that were very close that I ended up unfriending because the battle became so intense that it wasn't worth the effort that the relationship required to keep, right? The other ones are getting to the point where it's okay, we'll talk everything but politics, but that's under the surface all the time. And then you've got to
Uh-huh.
question yourself, well, can I truly be their friend knowing that this is the way they feel, right? because it's so off point, so beyond, and I'm tired being told that I'm the one that's wrong, I'm the one that has to change, when you're not even willing to, say, meet halfway.
Compromise.
Yeah. I'm the one that has to completely switch over and be one of these rioters versus how about you stop rioting and we'll sit down at the table and talk about what the hell's going on. No, they don't want that at all. They want to keep
They're
up.
a bunch of children having a temper tantrum because they
Yes.
don't get their way.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Exactly. We're dealing with 2-year-olds. Yep.
And I've seen 2-year-olds who will compromise
Yes.
and logic better than these people.
Yes.
That's because they still think they're 2-year-olds.
Oh, that's because they act like 2-year-olds. Yes.
All right, go ahead, Crazy Bee. This is going to be a long one, I see.
Well, it's at least we're getting it covered.
Uh-huh. Me and my, just pick a short one.
Yeah, I
Gotta
did
laugh.
pick a short one, but we have a lot to say about it.
I know. We always do.
All right. Here's the play button.
He was walking across a skirmish on September 12th, the day this video was shot. He was called multiple expletives by an ICE agent.
So, first question I have is, why is this police chief walking between ICE agents, other ICE agents, and a group of protesters? And why aren't there any police over here helping make arrests? But the local police chief here has made it no secret that he is very much at odds with everything happening at the ICE facility.
Within the last 3 weeks, things have really increased.
And he's upset that his department now has more calls to respond to because ICE is in town removing fugitives from the streets of Illinois. But he shouldn't be upset about that. The reality is that once ICE does its job and gets these sanctuary criminals out of here, this whole place is going to be a lot calmer and a lot more peaceful. And the police force can dedicate more of its resources to the few remaining criminals who are still here. But that's not the case here at all, and you have to realize something. The police chief in a sanctuary city, whether it's Chicago, whether it's this Broadview place, or whether it's even New York City, these folks, they aren't like the rank and file law enforcement officers. And if they want to keep their jobs, they better toe the sanctuary line in some respect. But as you're about to see, that just encourages these local rioters to show law enforcement zero respect.
We have a large gathering of protesters outside. We're requesting assistance from Broadview PD, please, just to control the crowd outside.
It's crazy.
Oh boy. All right, I'll let them know.
That's just one of numerous calls from federal immigration agents to Broadview police over the last few months calling for backup. A little more than a week later.
We've got some people that are trying to force their way into our security gate.
So look at this. The police aren't at this facility, and the protesters think that legitimizes their rioting and their radical behavior. They're not protesters at all. These are just straight up insurrectionists. You don't have to do what is happening here to make your voice heard and send a peaceful message. None of this is peaceful. Yet these sanctuary politicians and leaders, they all blame ICE for the fact that any of this is happening. They've got the same attitude as their counterparts in Portland who think if ICE would just melt and go away and never come back, things would go back to being Neverland. Yet the reality is you've got a physical building here and people inside of it who just need to enforce America's laws. That's their job. And the only time these altercations happen are when the gates open to this facility so that they can leave and bring fugitives to the airport or go and collect more fugitives and process them for deportation.
Come through at this area moments ago. And we are starting to see more protesters come out about. We know that there's a much larger protest
warning
that's
everyone.
planning to happen in just a few hours. And we did hear from Broadview, the village of Broadview, where this ICE facility is at. They say that the ICE officers gave the Broadview Police Department a call last night saying that this weekend we should expect a crap show. You guys can...
Okay, before we watch what happens next, look at what a process that is. Look at how transparent this fence is. You can see right through it. You can see all the troops. You can see them all lined up. And here you got the Border Patrol commander telling everyone that they need to move right now or arrests will be made.
Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bovino speaking to...
Move it right right now. Move it. Move it right now.
Everyone knew it was
Right,
time
so
to
we're going to
move.
continue to walk a little bit further because they are moving us back right now. And of course, we don't want to be hit
They're not
by
touching
this
anyone.
less lethal ammunition that's happening. And this is a show of a couple dozen protesters at this point right now. You can see
This
these
is what it
officers
takes to
trying to
move a
push
vehicle.
people back so that they're out of this road view right here to get this vehicle
Look at this.
out. Now, not sure what.
This is where the altercations take place, when the facility is used for its intended purpose. ICE is not the aggressor here. They have to open a door. They line up. They tell people to move. And then they open the door and they have to clear the roadway. None of these protesters need to be in the way of that process. And the frustrating thing about all of this is all the local police department has to do is come here and clear protesters off the roadway, just like they are supposed to do in Portland. Yet because they won't do it, these problems, these altercations happen.
Allegedly, a ICE agent struck someone and continued on into their location. And during the course of that, while trying to gather information, there was pepper spray released while my officers right there. They felt the effects of that pepper spray where it altered their vision.
But whose fault is that?
Yeah, where was their mask?
And they had to...
Their mask,
Yeah.
up the rear end.
Okay, yeah, because
they covered the wrong breathing hole.
Okay.
Sorry. That wasn't nice.
No, but it's true, probably, because they knew what they were going there for. We weren't having a picnic. Or when you...
It's not like they went there for a nice little sit-down picnic
meal, get
park
together
type
Yeah,
thing.
Right. It wasn't a cookout. We weren't going to a barbecue. Oh, these people are stupid. Oh my. He was there and he opened his mouth when he went to breathe and he got pepper spray in it.
Well, that's what you get. Lesson learned.
Wear your mask. That's why you have it. Where was it? Oh, yeah, on the other end. Okay. Oh, I can't stand a crazy bee.
People are stupid.
It's more than stupid.
Legit stupid.
Why is that, Mother? Why has the IQ pool gone down?
Because they let low IQ people breed. Because eugenics is really not a nice thing to do.
Should it happen?
Yeah, probably.
Should we breed out stupidity?
This is an opinion that is not meant for public consumption.
So you think yes?
To a degree. To a degree. Not like what Hitler's plan was, but maybe to some degree. It might be something worth considering. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It is a tough decision. But I mean...
I can't believe you would support white supremacy.
It's not white supremacy. I'm not saying to eliminate a race from reproducing.
Yeah, because stupid people are a race. They might as well be.
The Romans had no problem with defective babies being chucked off a cliff.
Right. Many cultures.
But that means I would have been dead. I wouldn't be here.
Right.
So, again, it's a double-edged sword. It really is. There is no happy solution to stopping these idiots from existing.
Right.
They have the right to exist because they are a human being. What we need is people to take the time to teach them that there is some things called common sense and repeated history.
No, hear me out on this one. We just deballed the stupid people.
They're doing that to themselves, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
No point neutering them when they do it themselves. Just convince them they're the wrong gender. Nope, problem solved. Sorry. Oh my God, there I go again.
There you go.
Not nice.
Keep
Mother,
hit play.
When you really want to slap someone.
Oh, yeah, the meme is up. I haven't gotten to the bottom of it. I'm leaving it there for later. Okay. Let's hit play.
Had to leave the area so they can decontaminate themselves.
Right. So what we're witnessing here is the blame game. Pedestrians are behaving in a manner that is erratic and puts them at risk. These federal agents have to do something so that they can lawfully continue doing their jobs, which is law enforcement. They call the police department. No one shows up. And when the police do get here, the situation has collapsed to the point where there's tear gas everywhere. It sounds like they're unprepared. They don't have gas masks. The police chief's just telling them to go there, and now they say, oh, well, we can't stick around. We've got to leave. I mean, that's not law enforcement, and that's the problem with these sanctuary cities. They don't want to do law enforcement against their own rioters, because if that happens, the mayor is going to be thrown out. The governor is going to get voted out.
Now, Broadview's mayor has issued a blistering letter to ICE excoriating their actions, saying, quote, Broadview police officers are routinely being exposed to ICE agents' tear gas volleys, forcing them out of action until they recover. Broadview.
Oh, my Lord.
You know what? They wouldn't have that problem if they did their damn job, arrested the protesters, and they wouldn't have to be exposed to it.
Right. And wear your mask. You're going.
What, the city's not providing you with the proper equipment to do your job?
Probably. Right. You're going to a riot.
Oh.
What do you expect? You know, this isn't a, as we said.
I mean, look how California is.
Oh.
I know. And again, I don't have a problem with people sitting there with signs, but disperse when you're supposed to. Do not cross onto federal property. Stay on the sidewalk. It is not hard to properly protest. You know what? I think we need to get a bunch of us friends together who are disabled and can't work, and we demonstrate how to properly protest.
There you go.
For people.
Firebombing their houses.
No, you don't firebomb people's houses. That is not proper protest. That is riot. And arson.
Correct.
So don't do it. But, I mean, if enough of us who are disabled and can't work could get together and film a video of how to properly protest, and we do protesting for dummies. We can title it Protesting for Dummies.
Okay.
I swear my head hurts.
Oh.
Trying to deal with these dumbasses.
This is rough. This is truly, I mean,
your head hurt.
It does hurt.
Thinking about it.
I mean, this really is true where Hillary Clinton said that we need to be re-educated, right?
I'll tell you how bad it's gotten. There's a guy sitting on the city square with a sign.
Uh-huh.
And I saw the sign and I'm like, oh God, he's homeless or something. And all it said was free hugs.
Okay.
Like, holy shit, there was someone nice in the neighborhood.
Right.
He just sat on the city square over the weekend one day and sat there with a big cardboard sign that said free hugs. But your initial thoughts are, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Another complaint or somebody's homeless or, this really sucks. It's probably this.
Homeless people.
I'm not devaluing homeless people. My point was, when you see something like that, that's what this is causing in our nation.
Pattern recognition, mother.
Thank you.
Pattern recognition needs to go away.
We need to put a mic on.
I know he needs to put a mic on. He's smart. No. And he's calling it the way it is. He's 21 and smart as hell, but will not get on a mic with us.
Mosquito.
No. But it's again, I don't want to have to look at someone. Like I've always pointed out, okay, I love to dye my hair some of the wildest colors. I have multiple piercings. Physically looking at me, you would assume I was a leftist.
Mm-hmm.
One of those crazy idiots out there, the extremists trying to burn the city down. All of that stuff. That's what you would assume looking at me until you get to know me. We shouldn't have those predetermined assumptions about that anymore.
But mother, pattern recognition saves lives.
I mean, pattern recognition, yes, can save lives when it's a criminal character or something. But the fact that they've ruined it and turned it into a criminal thing is really gotten under my skin.
Just like that mosquito.
Why does it have to happen that way? I don't like it. I don't like that my style was hijacked for a bunch of extremists who want communism in our country.
Right.
I just like my style. I like
Well,
being me. So what if my hair is orange today and yellow in a month?
well,
Who gives a shit?
right. That kind of goes on the whole
No. You see, it's typically a blue haired.
issue of when we go into racism and
I shouldn't be afraid to look at a person of a different race and assume the
say
worst thing.
And
exactly
you would, mother.
I read body language to assume the worst behavior.
right.
Hollywood is replacing gingers with black people.
Don't
No,
go
it's
there.
true.
We're not talking about that right now, so please don't interject that. We'll have a discussion about that later. But again, it's one of those things that frustrates me. I can judge a person by their body movement, whether they're a threat to me or not. I
Hmm.
don't give a shit what your skin looks like. It's how do you move.
Right.
I don't care what you're wearing. It's how you're moving. That gives it away. And I'm just so fed up with the way society is now looking at these things, at the general characteristics, not the specific characteristic,
Right.
not the way they move, but the way they look. Oh, your hair, your skin, your clothing, that all gives away who you are. It says everything about you. It
Right.
don't say jack shit about me.
Mother.
Hey everybody, we're back after taking a short break. We had a little bit of a technical difficulty. Plus, we both needed to go and get something to drink, so we're back at it again, picking up with Cash Jordan. And we both had to do a couple of woosahs to calm down a little bit. So let's get the anger cranked back up again. Crazy B, hit it.
All right.
Broadview firefighters and ambulance personnel are being exposed. Nearby residents are being exposed. Beleaguered Broadview residents are begging for relief from your center's siege of our neighborhood.
Look at that. So nearby residents are being exposed to what's happening at this ICE facility. And then it says beleaguered residents need relief from ICE's siege of their neighborhood. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. All right, here we have the Broadview facility on the screen. Where do the residents live? Do they live over here? This is an industrial area. Look, there's no apartments here.
Nope.
I don't see anywhere where people should be living. If people do live around here, they had to come from miles away because, as you can see, this is an industrial park. Look at this. It's all offices. What do you mean beleaguered residents are reeling from ICE's siege of this neighborhood? If there are residents around here, they traveled. They went out of their way to come to this facility. Look, there's a train tracks over here. There's this place. There's like a storage unit. I mean, anyone that's being exposed to anything at this place, they don't live here. They came here on purpose to engage with it.
But with little relief, the village is now pleading for state help.
Within the last 3 weeks, things have really increased.
Mm-hmm.
So now we are reaching out more requests for resources. It's just now where the ask is becoming greater.
Newly erected extra high fences.
So they're asking the state governor to send more resources to help the local police department. The governor of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago, they've been very vocal about how there is no crime problem in Chicago whatsoever and how these are peaceful protesters. Do you think this local police chief is going to get increased resources to deal with out-of-control rioters? That would almost be an admission of the fact that none of this is peaceful.
Wait, isn't this the same Chicago that tried to defund the police?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh!
Yes.
Almost like that was a bad idea.
Yes. You would think. You'd think. But maybe maybe we're wrong.
You know, just throwing it out there.
I know.
Oh my God.
Yep.
All right, let's hit play.
Peaceful. None of this is good for America, and that all of it is just pure violence, aggression, and hatred towards law enforcement. Speaking of which...
Evening, supporters of ICE got intense verbal altercations with protesters.
I'm not anti-immigrant, I'm anti-crime. And that's why I'm here supporting these guys, because I think they're getting a bad rap by the governor, and they're getting a bad rap by Brandon Johnson.
Whole streets! Our streets!
Protesters also marched to block streets in the area around the facility.
So stupid.
The Department of Homeland Security said one of 2 protesters detained Friday had a firearm on them, which was confiscated. Our cameras captured the moment that
Oh,
person...
wait. A peaceful person with a gun on him.
No.
At an ICE facility.
No.
Now, he might be legal to carry, but you're not supposed to do this kind of stuff with a weapon on you.
Correct.
That's part of the gun carrying rules.
Uh-huh.
Do you agree with that?
Yes. It's a federal property. You cannot bring a weapon onto federal property. If you are protesting something federal, you cannot bring a weapon.
Yeah, even private property, if it's so marked. I mean,
yes,
have the right to say yay or nay to weapons being
what is brought onto their land.
That's
yes,
correct.
And Chicago has some of the strictest gun laws in the nation.
Right, but we need more.
Right up there, close to New York and California.
We need more gun control.
Chicago.
Yeah, this is mind-boggling. A peaceful protester who doesn't like ICE but has a gun on him. Why has he got a gun? I mean, I get it. I carry a gun. But if I was going to a protest, I'm not giving the cops more to go on.
Nope.
Common sense.
That's
interesting.
I think that's the word that you use that they don't know, Crazy B.
This isn't a peaceful protest at all.
No, it's not.
I would, if this was this kind of protest, I would not bring a gun. Because I already expect there's going to be violence, so I'm not going there. It doesn't make sense. Okay, we've only got like a minute left. I'll shut up. We can get through this. And if you got something to add, please do, but I will drag it out.
No, well, we're good. We're just keep going.
So this guy right here had a firearm on him and was detained at this facility. Now, we already know there are not any houses around this facility. It's an industrial area. So this person, they didn't walk out their front door and encounter a protest. No, they strapped up and drove to this place or were brought here. It's an out-of-the-way location. And what were they gonna do? Why are there armed protesters, rioters at this facility? I think we all sadly know the answer to this question. Politicians have been encouraging aggression towards law enforcement for a long time, telling these radicals that they're standing up for what's right and stopping the iron curtain of fascism from descending upon America. And what's crazy is these local mayors and these politicians that are getting arrested at these events, to them, it's a badge of honor that they've been taken down by ICE. Like this mayor that's talking about how, oh, they were so mean to me, they were so harsh, they were so awful, when he's pictured standing in front of a police SUV blocking it from doing anything. To them, they can say, hey, I went out and I fought for the rights of immigrants. Not saying that they're actually only fighting for the rights of illegal immigrants, who are the only people who ICE is even here to enforce the law upon because they've broken it.
Yep. That is exactly the point.
I mean, if that isn't clear, I don't know how much clearer to make it.
I don't either. It's just a mess. How is it even allowed to continue?
That's what I'm saying, Crazy B. And I know you keep saying, oh, we have to vote them out of office. We have to vote them out. The problem is they're in there. Things are so messed up. I mean, isn't there a way that you could impeach them, or I don't know, they take an oath to uphold the Constitution. They're not.
Oh, they do that, but then they don't do it.
Right. So isn't there a way that we can fight it on those grounds? Like, if
I don't know.
If the left is throwing out such frivolous lawsuits against the Trump administration, they were prepped with 165 cases ready to roll before he even won the election. Okay? They were ready to roll. Why isn't the right doing that? whether they win them or not. Why don't they start jamming them up in court like the left does to the right? Why aren't we doing that?
Because they want it just as much as the left does, but they can't say it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah. I mean, this is absurd.
It really
Somebody
is.
somebody needs to take some type of control of the situation. They really do. I don't know who it is. Uh, you know, we had the border czar. I don't know. Maybe we need a city czar or something. I don't know what it would be called, but somebody needs to start taking a look at this from, we have the American Civil Liberties Union. The word is American, but yet they're standing up for illegal aliens, not the rights of American citizens. Where
Mm-hmm.
are all these? I mean, I know that there are some right leaning uh, agencies out there, but who's the one that Tom Fenton? I haven't listened to him in forever. I have no clue what he's up to these days. I know he filed lawsuits, usually FOIA requests, to see exactly what was going on in the Biden admin. But somebody
Uh-huh.
like his group, I can't think of what his name of his organization is. Let me do a quick Google search on him if you don't mind. It's been
That's
for
fine.
Yeah, it's been forever since I looked anything up for him. Um, I don't know why that says that there. That's interesting. What is even? Why? What the heck is that? I had to be doing something with you on this. Okay, we'll go back to that in a little bit. Tom Fenton. Okay, just so you guys get an idea of, he is with Judicial, the Judicial Watch. Hold on one second. News. Okay, that was, why are things so difficult?
Because they can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Tom Fenton, president of Judicial Watch. He is on YouTube. We can, if you want to just throw his name and, let me
If you
see.
drop the link in the Discord afterwards, I'll add it to the description for the video.
Okay, thank you. So he would be an example of a group that leans towards the right, and he is a nonprofit educational foundation funded solely by the public. There's no USAID funding, and basically what they do is they sue the government for documents when they engage in any wrongdoing. So, for example, they were doing an election integrity, cleaning up the voter rolls, challenging reparation programs, woke racism, things of that nature. So
Mm-hmm.
they would be, he considers them to be the conservative version of the ACLU. Okay? So he is the closest person. I can't believe I actually remembered something. Duh. Go figure. Some stuff does work still. But his group would be somebody that, if you're interested in seeing the actions happen, we need more of that. That's what we need. We need more Tom Fentons. Steve Miller,
Mm-hmm.
who now works for Trump, he had his own group. He was fighting illegal immigration. I can't remember the name of his group, though, obviously. But we need more conservative groups or center groups fighting for the rights of the American people and filing these lawsuits. I don't care right now if they're frivolous or not. You know, if the Dems can
Yeah.
do this and throw all this bull crap out, we should be doing it as well. You know, if they're going to say you can't have the fence, okay, I want a group to go in there and sue them and say, oh, yes, we can have the fence. We need somebody to protect them. I mean, come on. This is
Mm-hmm.
absurd. It truly, it's remarkable what is going on.
That's one of the biggest problems is, the politicians and these idiots, these pawns, they're just fucking everyone over and it's not going to change. And yes, voting them, horrible as it sounds, is pretty much the only option we have
Mm-hmm.
because they haven't crossed the exact line to become tyrants. That's why I say pay attention to your militias because your militias are going to be the ones that will
I don't even think
be able
anybody knows of
to.
them, though, Crazy B. Do you?
I do.
I know you and I do, but how many people really know about that? Might be something you and I want to tackle, you know, briefly, at least bring it up somewhere. I'll make a note of it as a future discussion piece. Um, because I'm not aware how many people actually know they even exist.
Well, they do all over the place. Almost every state has one, at least one.
Okay.
There's absolutely no reason why it shouldn't.
I
I don't
mean, I
know why
don't know
people don't know about it.
well, we might want to do something and drop it in the Discord or put it up or something. We'll take a look at it for the future, but all right. I mean, we'll talk about that. All right.
Yeah, it sucks that, we're all going through this shit.
This is craziness. It truly is sheer craziness. Alrighty, everybody. Good afternoon. It is still Sunday, October 26th. It's approximately 1:40 in the afternoon. Crazy B and I are still at it in the recording studio. This is our third attempt in there today. The first two parts go together. Crazy B will actually put them together and make it almost seem seamlessly like you're looking at one video. And we're going to be reviewing our second video on illegal immigration, and fingers crossed, nothing strange continues to happen. I think I'm going to blame it on you,
Is
Crazy,
that AI generated?
in your witch costume this week because it is Halloween week after all. So
I'm going to blame it on
perhaps,
the slightly rainy weather that's only 58 degrees where I live.
and it's cold here as well. Actually, where we used to camp, up in the mountains, actually had snow flurries this weekend. So this week for us usually can be met with snow, sleet, rain, uh, high temperatures, extremely freezing temperatures, or a combination of all of the above. So,
We could get a tornado, we could get a thunderstorm, we could get crack flakes from the sky,
uh huh.
we could have 100 degrees.
Yep. So let's blame it on this is Halloween week, and that's why we're just strange things are happening. So just bear with us, people.
Sounds like a plan.
Uh huh. So it at least will give us a chance to take a sip of our drink, calm down, and woosah again from what we just watched. So it is. Wonder if we're gonna get as wound up as we were in the beginning. Have a feeling it might be worse.
Well, this is actually not a get pissed off at the people. This is a woohoo, yippee for the
Oh,
people who were involved
okay.
thing.
Okay, let's check out what you got for us then.
Alrighty. It is only about 6 minutes long, 16 minutes long.
Okay.
So, all right. I like this one.
The FBI, U.S. Marshals, SWAT teams, and local law enforcement raided a home in Fort Wayne a couple hours ago.
CJNG is an ultra-violent, murderous, Mexico-based drug cartel.
At precisely 4:30 hours before the sun could break over Jefferson, the silence was shattered. The low, guttural growl of engines was abruptly eclipsed by the deafening blast of a flashbang. The shockwave rolled across the street like thunder, followed by a sudden flicker of red and blue light and the harsh, non-negotiable shouts of federal agents. FBI, hands up, step out now. In seconds, a quiet Georgia neighborhood turned into a war zone. Operation Take Back America had begun, and the cartel's firepower had just met America's. If you believe America's law enforcement deserves this kind of precision power, hit that like button before we move deeper into Jefferson's hidden war zone. Within seconds, the entire block was sealed. Armored vehicles blocked both exits as FBI SWAT teams, ICE agents, and DEA task forces moved in concert. This wasn't a simple drug bust. It was the synchronized opening move of a major federal crackdown. Inside the target house, agents found plastic-sealed bricks of cocaine and methamphetamine covered the kitchen table, and a tray of deadly powdered fentanyl glittered on the floor. But the real shock came from the armory. The team discovered 26 firearms, including AR-style rifles, a dozen handguns, and wedged beneath a workbench, a military
grenade launcher.
Crazy Bee, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. I'm going out and coming back.
It was working just fine a minute ago. Yeah, everything's working fine. I don't know why she can't hear me. I found it.
Okay, I'm back.
You didn't need to leave. It decided to mess with my audio settings.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because I'm telling you, I was feeling really bad about all of this.
It was EvMux that messed with my audio settings, not my computer.
Well, then maybe it's EvMux that messed with my stuff while I was...
But Windows was reverting on your end, too.
Right. Well, combination of the two.
Yeah.
The Discord, so go figure. Trifecta. The trifecta equals no hearing. That's what that ultimately reflected upon.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. There you go. All right.
I'm shocked these people had a grenade launcher.
Uh-huh. I'm shocked at the drugs that were the little candies and stuff. Yeah, sell it to the kids. Okay.
It looks like candy
Yeah,
if you're not paying attention.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's dangerous. That's how kids end up dead.
Uh-huh.
Get a hold of mom and dad's stuff, think it's a candy, find out it's not.
Yep.
The hard way. But shit, those weapons, ouch. They were preparing for war.
Yes, they were. Like, where were they going to use that at? Well, I guess a bank or, wherever they wanted to, but still. I mean,
I was going to say, I've got some open land somewhere I know I can borrow. I want to play with it, but not in the fashion they want to.
Yeah, I think they wanted to play with it in a little different way there, Crazy Bee.
Yeah, their way is not the same as me.
Exactly.
And, old vehicles, just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, no, that's
still illegal.
Yeah, that's not what they had in mind, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think that's what these cartel members had in mind.
Exactly.
So, alrighty, let's keep listening in because it gets insane as this continues.
Okay.
Military-grade grenade launcher. The room reeked of chemicals and gun oil, lined with blueprints mapping charting narcotics routes from Mexico right into the heart of Georgia. This was a paramilitary stronghold disguised as a family home. Pinned notes, written in intricate cipher, detailed payment codes, and anonymous phone numbers, the cold, hard accounting of a transnational empire. This was the moment federal agents realized they hadn't just uncovered a gang, they had exposed a war machine. Every encrypted call, every ghost transfer, every silent name on the wire had led to one man, a 48-year-old phantom known only as Cochito, a former convict turned tactician, a Mexican national forged in cartel blood. His network didn't rebuild, it mutated, stronger, deeper, invisible, and for years it had operated not from across the border, but from inside America itself. What's your take on this? A drug house turned into a paramilitary command post. How deep do you think the infiltration goes? Wiretap intelligence painted a chilling picture. Cochito's network wasn't hiding in the shadows. It was living right in the open. Their safe houses looked like college rentals, their couriers like ordinary delivery drivers. Millions were funneled through legitimate storefronts, tire shops, cafes, and real estate offices hiding rivers of dirty cash. Just blocks from the University of Georgia, cartel couriers swapped packages beneath security cameras unnoticed, blending perfectly into daily life. For years, they had lived among families, professors, and students, a silent army embedded in suburbia. Every handshake, every smiling neighbor could have been part of it, and beneath that calm, an invisible clock was ticking toward detonation. What began as a single raid swiftly unfolded into a statewide siege. 13 federal and state agencies operating with military precision executed 12 simultaneous raids across Athens, Atlanta, and Jefferson. Teams breached doors within seconds of each other, a decisive strike designed to prevent any cartel tip-offs. The results were overwhelming, validating every intelligence report. Inside one location, agents uncovered meticulously kept ledgers, recording $900,000 in transactions. In another,
I'm going to pause here. What drives me nuts, though, is because of the AI-generated video that they use in the background. It doesn't actually match what actually happened. It's the irritating thing, but footage on it is hard to come by. These people threw something together. But it does get on my nerves because my brain sees the patterns and how it is. And they, of course, are stretching this out, but they give more details as they keep going.
Okay.
But, yeah, the AI video is just kind of, my brain.
Yeah.
So, all right. I know it says 16 minutes, but if it keeps repeating itself, we can just add an extra video.
Okay, that's fine. I'm fine.
So let's give it a little bit longer.
Okay.
Burner phones still buzzed with frantic incoming messages from Mexico. It was a strategic victory. A foreign cartel had established a fully operational paramilitary branch in the heart of Georgia, armed and funded to kill. Law enforcement didn't just disrupt a supply line, they severed a central command structure. They had seized enough fentanyl to deliver nearly 7 million lethal doses, preventing countless deaths. The streets might have looked quiet by sunrise, but the scale of Operation Take Back America was undeniable, and the cartels had just learned what it meant to face unified federal power. The dawn broke over Georgia, illuminating the scale of the seizure and the true, chilling nature of the enemy. Convoys rolled down I-85 under heavy federal escort, transporting not mere evidence but crates of weapons and containers of lethal poison. Inside the FBI's temporary command center in Athens, analysts gazed at digital maps glowing red, a sobering depiction of the sheer depth of the cartel's infiltration. This was the moment the mission transitioned from a local narcotics case to an act of domestic defense against foreign-run narcotics warfare. The forensic accounting was staggering. Analysts confirmed the seizure of approximately 750,000 illicit pills designed to mimic legitimate painkillers, alongside the staggering bulk narcotics haul. The total weight of seizures included over 1 ton of pure cocaine and a black market payload of 3 tons of gold bullion, the cartel's preferred method for laundering profits across continents. Hit like if you think this was the moment the cartels finally realized America's not playing defense anymore. Every component of this network was built with a chilling precision. Every warehouse doubled as a distribution hub. Every suspect had a defined operational role: cook, courier, guard. Analysts following the cartel's encrypted traffic were stunned. The coordination rivaled combat unit operations, commands moving from Mexico to Georgia in minutes, not days. It wasn't crime, it was warfare in real time on U.S. soil. The IC Homeland Security Investigations team peeled back layers of financial camouflage, a lattice of shell corporations tied to abandoned storefronts. One example still haunts the case files: a tire shop that hadn't sold a single tire in 2 years, yet pushed $980,000 in cash every week through a Chinese-linked shadow bank.
A tire company that has not sold a single tire. That kind of
Well,
gives it away.
maybe him is. What city was this again?
Down in Georgia. There was
Georgia,
3
that's
cities
right.
in Georgia, so it
I
was
was
one of
going
the
to say,
3.
yeah, I was going to say perhaps they know the police officers from Chicago who makes no arrests. I mean,
Yeah,
this
no,
whole
this was down in
zero do
Georgia. It's a little
nothing.
different.
I mean, like, how do you go to work all day and sell no tires? Like, what are you doing for
Because
8
it's not
hours?
a tire place.
Okay. All right. I got
At
it.
least make it look like it's a legitimate business.
Why? Why, oh, why?
I know.
Help us.
It's stupid. How do you pretend you're running a tire place but not sell tires?
I know.
But still just run only drugs.
Right.
It's gonna raise red flags.
You would think.
Like, they got to get better at that. Actually, we shouldn't be giving them advice.
No, we shouldn't.
No, we shouldn't.
No.
Don't do better. You're doing great.
Keep at it. You're doing a good job. We got you. We hear you. We support you. I'll buy my tires from you. 1-800 don't get a tire.
There we go.
Ooh, man.
The cartel wasn't just moving drugs, it was rewiring the state's economy, laundering billions straight into Georgia's commercial bloodstream. The financial data confirmed deep connections to known Sinaloa cartel intermediaries. Messages pulled from seized burner phones referenced internal code names like the Blue Bag and Summer Heat, phrases that chillingly matched the FBI's own operation subtitle, Project Summer Heat. The enemy was so deeply embedded, they had intercepted enough federal intelligence to echo the task force codename back at them. The question was no longer if there was a leak, but how deep it ran. Meanwhile, community shock turned to palpable fear. Parents flooded college hotlines asking if classes were safe, realizing the violence had crept within walking distance of lecture halls. The scale of the threat was now measured not just in kilos, but in the erosion of public safety and the audacity of the criminal records. Several key suspects, already having served long sentences for major drug convictions, had walked free on parole and immediately resumed command. This cartel was a hydra, cut off one arm, and another was already regrouping under the same hierarchy, threatening the continuity of national security. As the final transports departed, a shadow fell over the command center. Analysts working through the contents of seized laptops and burner phones discovered that dismantling one cell had only revealed a network far more intricate than anyone imagined. The cartel wasn't shrinking, it was adapting. Data logs showed encrypted transactions routed through cryptocurrency wallets and offshore accounts, spanning Texas, California, and Georgia. Evidence of a malignant bi-coastal reach. Inside the FBI's cyber forensics lab, a digital heat map flickered red with new coordinates, each dot a potential relay point. Warehouses, safe houses, and unregistered vehicles. The speed of the connection suggested cartel command centers were still active, alive, just driven deeper underground. The battlefield had decisively shifted from rural highways to the invisible web, and the enemy was fluent in both. Could a foreign cartel really infiltrate U.S. intelligence, or is someone on the inside helping them? At 7:45 hours, an encrypted message pierced the digital silence, originating near the Georgia.
Address that. Is there someone on the inside helping? Probably.
Yes, ma'am. I'll guarantee it.
It's not the first time, and it won't be the last.
No, ma'am.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
The U.S. has a history riddled with traitors and spies and stuff like that that have absolutely tried to help bring us down.
That is correct.
So, yep, someone with a clean record happened to get into a really nice position and work their way up and has been turning a blind eye when needed. It does happen.
Most certainly does.
So, yep, I just want to address that point because Honestly, that's the only thing that really makes sense. And it's people working with them in various areas, not just in our law enforcement stuff.
Right.
There's a lot of corrupt people, down to the corrupt person at the phone company allowing a phone to be used and or multiple phones being sold. They're turning their eye on it. It's being used for something bad,
Mm-hmm.
but it still gets done. So,
Yep.
there's that.
Near the Georgia-Alabama line, the text was brief and chillingly specific. Phase 2 shipment delayed. Heat, switch route south. To the task force commanders, this single line was a spark igniting a fresh wave of action. It meant another convoy, possibly carrying the next multi-million-dollar load of fentanyl, was in motion. Within minutes, ICE air reconnaissance drones were screaming off an airstrip near Macon. Below, FBI tactical teams mobilized rapidly onto rural highways, becoming ghosts in the fog. Thermal cameras scanned the forest canopy for heat signatures. Analysts watching a live feed spotted a cluster of heavy-duty trucks idling beneath thick tree cover, engines still warm. If those vehicles reached Interstate 85, the next surge of cartel poison would vanish into America's bloodstream. The clock was running out. Roadblocks were sealed with military efficiency. A convoy of black, heavy-duty SUVs fanned out across the county line. Drivers operating with lethal focus wore night vision goggles, radios clipped to their shoulders. The tension was suffocating, every agent waiting for the final, irreversible command. When it came, intercept authorized. Headlights flashed, engines roared, and the high-stakes pursuit began. The first truck surrendered swiftly, the driver immediately collapsing under the sight of tactical operators. But the second vehicle attempted to ram through the blockade, escalating the scenario to an armed engagement. Tactical vehicles boxed it in, forcing it into a ditch. When agents breached the trailer, they found bricks of compressed powder, packaging identical to those seized in Athens. Hidden compartments contained unregistered firearms and, horrifyingly, a half-disassembled M203 grenade launcher tube. Proof that the cartel was actively rearming and escalating the fight. As the convoy arrests concluded, the evidence flowed back to Athens HQ. Confiscated phones cross-referenced with prior warrants revealed the same contact number recurring under different aliases. Omar, the mechanic, Blue Light. That prepaid international line traced straight back to Culiacan, Sinaloa. The Georgia operation was not just a branch, it was a remote, actively managed arm directly answering to the cartel's command center in Mexico. Simultaneously, IC cyber units operating under full containment authorization froze 7 digital wallets containing over $900,000 in cartel proceeds. For the first time, the cartel's global financial artery was being aggressively cut, one digital account at a time. But pressure breeds retaliation. That very night, local sheriffs reported mysterious drones hovering above an evidence facility. The devices, confirmed later to be custom-built retrieval drones designed to lift hard drives or documents, fled before they could be intercepted. It was the cartel's final chilling message. We're still watching. We know where you keep the trophies. The operation had evolved into counterintelligence warfare, confirming the battle for America's streets was far from over. By dawn, the second time the sun rose over Jackson County since the operation began, federal teams regrouped in a warehouse turned command post. Digital board flashed a series of words "Target Zone Secured" appeared across every screen. Operation Take Back America had achieved what many believed impossible: the dismantlement of a live cartel network operating deep inside U.S. territory. Evidence tables were stacked high with sealed crates: 1 ton of cocaine, 3 tons of gold, 1.7 kilograms of fentanyl, and hundreds of thousands of counterfeit pills. The total seized valuation was easily in the multi-million-dollar range, but agents weren't celebrating the numbers. Each package represented lives that would not end on Georgia's streets, a victory measured in potential survival, not mere dollars. Across the room, an IC commander reviewed the weapons list: 12 rifles, 14 handguns, and that infamous recovered grenade launcher from Jefferson. His voice was quiet, but
Crazy B.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, is that my end again? I'm gonna go out and
Probably.
come back. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, I got you now. What happened there?
Not sure.
All right. Did we lose anything? Do you know?
Nope. As of right now, it's looking good.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's hit it.
Alrighty.
final. One pull of that trigger and this would have been a morgue, not a courtroom. The thought of more launchers already being packed for the next shipment across another border hung heavy in the air. In Washington, early intelligence briefings praised the raid as a model of interagency precision, but every agent on the ground knew the truth. This wasn't an ending, it was a pause. The cartel's overseas handlers had already gone dark, their digital channels deleted, their crypto wallets temporarily frozen. Yet a new signal, a new threat could appear at any hour. At the press stand that afternoon, the U.S. attorney spoke with measured tones, projecting authority and assurance. This operation proves that when we act as one, we can strike fear into organizations that profit from American deaths. Behind him, a table displayed the confiscated weapons like the hard-won trophies of a modern war. Cameras flashed, capturing the image of success. But outside, families watched silently, realizing the unsettling truth. The enemy wasn't an ocean away. It had been next door. And though the intense light of the raid had faded, the shadow it revealed would haunt Georgia for years. By sunset, all 17 suspects, including the ringleader Cochito, were booked into federal custody, facing maximum penalties under conspiracy statutes. For the first time, Georgia's fentanyl pipeline had been visibly, decisively severed. Still, inside the Bureau's secure evidence vault, one sealed container remained the focus of intense scrutiny: a rugged, weatherproof hard drive pulled from Cochito's site. Forensic specialists traced fragments of a final intercepted message. The screen went dark, then flickered back to life, displaying three chilling, undeniable words. Phase 3, new routes ready. It wasn't over. It never truly is. As the agent stepped into the cool morning air, the lone helicopter thundering south served as a living reminder. In every briefing room, one mantra burned across the monitors: cartels adapt, so must we. The message was unmistakable. America wasn't retreating, it was rearming. Every arrest, every intercept, every frozen transaction was a warning to those testing U.S. resolve. This was more than law enforcement, it was national defense. The world's most dangerous cartel had built an empire on fear. But in Georgia, fear met the unified will of the FBI, ICE, and their allies. The empire had fallen, yet the war for America's security pressed on. The evidence is sealed, the suspects are in custody, and the direct threat has been neutralized. But the true lesson of Operation Take Back America is not the volume of the seizures. It is the unwavering resolve demonstrated by the forces defending our nation. This mission serves as a potent affirmation. When faced with an enemy that operates with paramilitary tactics, uses military-grade weapons, and corrupts our local economies with billions in illegal profits, the United States law enforcement community does not retreat. It adapts and dominates. We honor the precision of the FBI, the financial forensic brilliance of ICE Homeland Security investigations, the relentless pursuit of the DEA, and the unified action of every state and local task force involved. These aren't just agents.
There 1 second, please.
Yep.
And that's one thing that, but we do recognize. I think we always talk about kind of like boots on the ground for law enforcement, and they brought up the forensic handling of the money, the money laundering.
Yeah.
So I don't think we give credit for the people that are like behind the scenes in the office. You can either be a civilian or of law enforcement background, working on this type of crimes, and so kudos to you as well. I give you all the
Oh,
props
yeah.
in the world for those people doing the behind the scenes work.
The computer techs that are
Correct.
going through and looking at all of it.
Correct.
All the digital evidence.
Mm-hmm. Even I'll give props. I've never given props to the police departments that are doing your crime statistics the right way. It is a mother to do, and I know at one point that's what we did was the crime stats back in the day when it was done on key punch. And once we brought the computers in, they wanted to capture even more data. So, for example, they wanted to be able to say what crime happened at the intersections of A, B, C, and D Street underneath the street lamp. And they wanted to have some pinpoint accuracy, which meant somebody had to do data entry for that criminal report. And it wasn't being done by the officers in the field. It was being done when the report was handwritten, submitted to the police department for us to do the data entry to, classify correctly to the criminal code. And then a data entry clerk had to do all that typing. So
Yep.
you spent quite a bit of time on a report. Some things were obvious, traffic accidents, some type of citation that was easy. But when you got into some of the more difficult areas, aggravated assaults, homicides, the R word, that required some specialty skill to which there were higher graded clerks involved in doing that type of work.
Yep.
So I want to give you guys props who are doing that, because without all that backup and reinforcement, and even once the case gets then to the prosecutors who are prosecuting crime, props to you as well. Props to those people that are being called in for jury duty to sit there and listen to all of this and having to decide whether or not crime has been committed, and uh, if so, are you going to
What the
find them guilty?
punishment should be.
Thank you. Guilty or not, and what's the punishment? So from start to finish, it's kind of like it takes up a lot of time when
Yeah.
you think about it, just on one case, right?
Even the simplest case could take a long time
Mm-hmm.
because there's so much to do.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty much an industry, right? It's a big business. Crime is a big business.
Unfortunately.
And I don't think it'll ever go. I mean, it's been since the dawn of time we've had violent crime occur.
Hmm.
I don't see that
It's
going
human nature,
right.
unfortunately.
Right. I don't see that going away anytime soon. And if up in New York City, if you guys have voted in Zofran, you're going to see a
It's
lot
going to
of
get
it.
worse.
Because his plan is to have social workers handle crime.
There's going to be a large number of social workers hospitalized, missing, dead.
Yeah. Well,
You're going to
there's not
lose
even
social
enough to go
workers.
around. We don't even have enough to go. I mean,
Hmm.
you would think that they would have. I mean, what are they going to have to know? Is what I want to know. That's a
Good
whole nother.
luck.
That's a whole nother story. That could be a whole nother show when he comes up with his whatever his plan is. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Um. So again, wake up.
It's a scary mess what we're facing in the
Hmm.
future.
And to know this was in Georgia. Did you?
Hmm.
And I hadn't seen this video. Um. To know that this is happening in the United States. How could that be on our soil? Rocket
It
launcher,
is.
really? I mean, I thought that was on the right wing groups for the far right, or for us people, as you know, the left likes to call us, anybody that's MAGA. I thought those were for us. I don't have one in my house. Do you?
Nope.
Huh?
I like my guns, but I do not have a grenade launcher.
Me neither. Can we get one on Amazon?
No.
Oh shit! They have everything
You got to
else.
have special licensing just to be allowed to get
I
one.
know that. I know that. I'm just
So how did they
asking.
get it if there's no special licensing issued to them?
Smuggling, I guess. That comes across the border as well with everything else, right? But how'd it make it from, say, Texas or California? How'd it get to Georgia?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
It says a lot, doesn't it? It says a real lot. And
It's
I mean,
scary.
it to be law enforcement, to know that when you get up to go to work that morning, that this is the undertaking that you're going to do. You don't Your chances of making that out are what? What are your
Very
odds?
slim.
Thank you. I mean, God bless
If
them.
you end up against that, good luck.
God bless them. I mean, that's all I could say. I don't know what else to say at this
It's
point.
wild. But I'm glad that, this many people were taken down. And this was exactly my concerns when Biden got elected, that this kind of shit would happen with the cartels. They would get across the border and dig their feet in.
Yes.
And I was right. They did. They did exactly what I thought they would do. It's not
I'm,
okay.
I'm actually trembling inside. I mean, I think that's partly I'm cold, still sick, and somewhat hungry. But this has got between the first video that we played and this combined with Friday's episode, and everything else we've been showing about illegal immigration,
Mm-hmm.
plus what's to come on Tuesday. I'm crazy B. This is off the chain. I mean, this
Oh,
who
yeah.
who
I
who
know.
I don't I'm at a loss here for words. I don't know what to say. Who is responsible?
I blame the Biden administration for this one, but the open borders bullshit.
I mean, we know Tom Homan, and by the way, Tom Homan, we still haven't heard you hit us up for our episode. Yeah, we're still waiting for a phone call.
We have some brilliant ideas.
Yes, we do. Um,
But yeah,
he's the border czar, but he can't be in charge of fixing all of this up, going up against the cartels. Do we have a cartel czar? Is somebody in charge of that?
I'm sure he's delegated some of it to somebody else.
I see.
Not all on himself.
Right, but I
He's got to
mean, is
be
he
fair.
responsible for the cartels as well?
Yeah, he's responsible for overseeing all of it get taken care of.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. I thought there was somebody separate. Okay.
No, this is all
All
one
on
person.
Homan. Oh, well, no wonder why they're trying to go after him for everything, saying he took a bribe and all that. Okay. Now that makes
Mm-hmm.
more sense.
It does. It's pretty messed up.
Yeah, it is.
Because if they knew how the cartels operated in Mexico and in Colombia and all those places,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't want it here.
Right. But again, everybody thinks it's, Oh,
And
okay.
don't get me started on the incompetent president of Mexico. All right, there's about a minute left, so
Okay.
let's go through it.
Agencies. They are our unbroken shield, operating under immense pressure to safeguard our streets from foreign criminal states. The cartel's strategy, using fear, anonymity, and infiltration, was met with a superior doctrine: coordination, dedication, and immediate action. Their attempts to operate on our soil were identified, penetrated, and dismantled. We saw the true face of modern narcotics warfare, and we proved that the American defense apparatus is faster, smarter, and infinitely more determined. This is a testament to duty, commitment, and the ultimate defense of our communities. The battle for Georgia is over, but the war against the cartels continues in the shadows. Your awareness is the next line of defense. If this story of dedication and triumph reminded you why justice still matters and why the rule of law must prevail, hit the like button to send a clear message that you support our federal agents. Share this report with everyone you know. Silence helps the cartels, but your voice helps the truth spread. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay informed. We defend America. You help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
So
cut that part out, I guess.
we need more action like that because Mexico was too afraid to do it themselves.
Yes. She's afraid.
Oh, she's one of their paid
Right.
politicians.
Right. That's
which
true.
wouldn't surprise me either.
Right. Yep. Don't
To
disagree
be
with
quite
that.
honest, I see her being a paid cartel politician
Mm-hmm.
because she rolls over way too easily on them.
Big time.
She doesn't want to use violence. Sweetheart, that's the only thing they speak is violence.
Correct.
And she's just too stupid. And should not be in charge. I'm just going to add
I
that
don't
because
Yep. Don't disagree
lack
with
of
that.
common sense.
All
But
right.
yeah, it does bug me that that's been allowed to happen in the United States when it could have been so easily prevented.
Mm-hmm.
So easily preventable.
It's really something, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining Rex Sisters. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes, we will. So I'm going to keep my usual. Y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right, good night.
Good night.